Today, Alan, we're going to talk about an important things that we hear all the time from people, what hold people from not buying a home, and that is how to save for down payment to buy a home.
Yeah, it's a very important question. You know, you may be dreaming of owning a home, but are you struggling to save for a down payment?
The down payment may seem daunting, but with a solid plan, it could become achievable.
That is true. So let's get straight to the tips here that can help you save for a down payment when it comes to purchasing a home. And one of them is taking advantage of assistance programs out there, Gamalier. A lot of people don't realize what's out there and available to them when it comes to putting a down payment towards a house. You can look at some of the government programs that are available. You know, there's some grants out there that will allow for 100% financing. That's right, no money down. When it comes to purchasing a home, you know, if you qualify, there's areas that you can look at where you can save a lot of money there. There's employee benefit programs too that you may want to take a look at, especially with the company that you work for. You may have a 401k, and did you know that you can actually dip into your 401k and use some of that money towards a down payment with absolutely no penalties?
And that obviously depending on the employee program, but most of them allow that, which is very important.
And then you may have some stocks or other investments that you could use towards a down payment. So those are just some of the areas there that you can dip into when it comes to putting a down payment towards a home that you may not have thought of.
That's some great ideas, Alan. Now, another one is number 2 is automatic saving. And how do you do that? One thing that we talked about to our clients who are looking to make a goal of buying a home or create some saving is setting an automatic payment, which means setting a different saving account and take, let's say, for example, $100 of each paycheck that you get to go towards that account automatic, something you don't think about, something account that you don't look at. It's just automatically saving money, but you have to treat that as an account that you don't even have. And if you take money out of that account, there will be a big penalty. That big penalty would be is you're not going to be able to save money to buy your own home. So it's very important to do that, and that's a strategy. That's a strategy paying yourself first, what people call it. But that's pretty much saving, putting in an account, and it's going to be something that obviously you're going to get used to. It's just something that automatically goes out of your payment, just like when you're putting money into a 401k, something like that. But you have to treat it again as an account that you don't have and make it automatic to be able to do that.
That's the key, automatic. You don't want to get involved with that. You don't even want to think about that. The third one that you may want to consider when it comes to saving for a down payment to purchase a home, how about budgeting and cutting expenses?
So important now.
Right? I mean, it does take a sacrifice to work towards home ownership. So some of the things you may want to consider is doing a budget. You know, that's something a lot of people don't want to do. They're scared to do it or don't even know how to do a budget.
Or they don't want to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of numbers. People don't like math, right? I mean, you got to tally up what your expenses are and then use some of that money and cut some of those expenses and put it towards your savings. You may want to consider maybe cutting back on some subscriptions that you may have. Maybe you're not watching Netflix, HBO Max, or ESPN, or just throwing some examples out there, right? You may want to cut back on some of those expenses because they do add up, right? You might have magazine subscriptions. How about going out and buying coffee, Gamalier, right? A lot of people like to go to the drive-thru, spend $5, $6, $7, $8, but you tally that over time, that adds up very fast.
It does. And we're not talking about just cutting coffee, because I know that's very difficult to do. We're talking about making the coffee at home. Let's say $2 or $3, which over time, obviously, adds some money.
Yeah, not stopping to drink coffee, but when you're going out there and purchasing it, is what we're talking about here, right? And then, you know, maybe you want to negotiate some utilities. You know, say for instance,
that's a big one.
Yeah, like
that's a big one.
Cable and telephone, right?
Yes,
those two are pretty easy to negotiate there, and you actually have options to go to maybe a different company too. If worse comes to worse, right?
That's a big one because a lot of times, you know, they give you that introductory sale where you're coming in, which obviously over time it pops up to the real price, which you could go back.
Everybody.
Yes, which a lot of times you could switch it to your wife, and she could get the introduction again, or you could shop and negotiate with them and you get the best price. So those are very important factors.
Yeah, for sure. So just take a look at what you're expending there and figure out where you can cut where it'll be beneficial to you to save towards purchasing a home. And another side note to that, Gamalier, how about a side hustle?
No, that's important.
Right?
Create that little additional income, right?
I mean, you could work from home, or maybe you do Lyft or Uber, right?
Yes.
Just as an example. on the side where you have some free time and just use some of that extra money now to put towards a down payment. So
Yes.
that's it right there. Those are some of the tips that we're providing you to kind of give you a head start to saving for a down payment to purchase a home.
Yeah, for any other question, if you have any question about real estate, feel free to reach out to us and get a free consultation when it comes to buying a home. We'd love to help you out with everything.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time.
Have a great day.